Knicks family, welcome back to the God of Knicks podcast. I'm your host, Apollo Reed. I'm here with the Cuzzo, Rick the Ruler. How you doing, family?
I'm doing all right. Doing okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's good. For a night like this,
Yes.
my
Doing
co-host is
okay.
doing. My co-host is doing okay. Great. This is it was a frustrating game to say the least, but we expected it. We expected it.
Right. And that's why I'm not frustrated. But what kind of sets me off is the fact that we kept it pretty close. Like it never felt like it was so far away that we couldn't come back because we kept getting closer and then letting it get in the way a little bit and then getting
Right.
closer again.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like silly stuff. So,
Yeah.
I was expecting an L. I was expecting to just like get blown out, but it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't like that. So I'm all right.
Wasn't that bad? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I tend to agree. It was at one point it got pretty ridiculous.
Early.
Um and then they started hitting shots because I really think that was the biggest thing tonight. They didn't hit a lot of shots in the first half and it was bad. But I mean, if we're being honest, tonight was mostly about that team being the better team
hmm
and us not defending the three.
hmm
That's really what it came down to. Because we could have won this game, if you ask me, if we defended the three. Um, Especially towards the end when there was a lot of 50-50 balls that they ended up with a bunch of wide open threes. There was a couple
Yeah.
times we were within six and they hit a three to take it back to nine. I just think if there was just a few balls that went our way and we just played a little bit better defense on the 3-point line because guys just continued to stay open at the 3-point line. It's
Hmm.
just
Two people in particular. Bain. Oh, actually, three people in particular. I
Dane
think.
Williams and Jan Jackson.
Yes,
Yep,
exactly.
yep.
And it was just
Just
like they had time to think about the shot, think about how they wanted to shoot it, knock it down.
whatever the
It's
hell
just
they
like
wanted.
come on. But
Did whatever the hell
I
they
think
wanted.
their main target of the night was obviously John Morant, and they
Yeah,
they did their best with him. They kind of they shut Bane down earlier in the game because he was
right.
like 1 for 100, and
Yeah, he was like
then
1 for 14 or something like that.
yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
it's
I was like, all
crazy.
right, cool. We locked him down. John's not going off, so it felt manageable.
Yeah.
But
hmm It didn't stay like that.
no,
It didn't stay like that. Yeah.
no.
It was from what I saw from sitting there and watching the game. Um, you know, it started off pretty even. I mean, actually, from the beginning, it was actually pretty annoying to watch. But RJ played some good defense on Ja in the beginning. But just from what I saw, there was just Evan was the only guy that could hit a shot.
Hmm.
That's just what I saw from my perspective. Guys weren't hitting shots. Uh, Costly turnovers quickly, just some wild turnovers at some wild times when we had momentum.
Yeah.
Um, a little bothersome, but you know, these guys are all learning. I don't know what I can say. I mean, we only person we're missing is Derrick Rose. We can't say Derrick Rose is going to be the turning point in this game. These guys got to play defense. You know what I mean? Derrick Rose is not going to guard the three for you. I mean, to be honest with you, he suffered from the same thing. He might get out on the guy and catch a block if he's prowling the right way, but he's not the guy you're going to throw out there to lock somebody up on the perimeter. But yeah, man, these guys need to figure it out, and this is another case, which is why I didn't get excited last game. Um, because I want to see you guys do this against a good team.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want to see the camaraderie, all of that. But anyway, let's get to some stats, because we do not have all night tonight. We don't. Um, Real quick. So 3 guys took 17 shots minimum, and that's Evan, Julius, and RJ. RJ and Julius both hit seven shots out of the 17 and 18 respectively. Um, RJ, he missed two. And this is another thing. We're still dealing with this free throw issue. It wasn't terrible tonight, but
it wasn't too crazy tonight.
It wasn't too crazy, but these guys could have hit, and it was just the timing of them during runs and we could have really used them, RJ's and Julius's, and they weren't too far from each other when they both missed. I think they went to the line and they both missed both when they went up within, I think, minutes apart from each other. So, these guys got to figure it out. But Julius, 18 points, 12 rebounds, 9 assists. Say it again. And an ejection. An ejection.
Can I talk about that just for 2 seconds? All right. So I had mentioned that earlier in the game. I texted you.
Yeah.
He came with an energy where it appeared as if he wanted to play the game.
Right.
And he was physical. He was getting the calls. He wasn't complaining with the calls until late in the game. But then he just started doing like a lot of petty hood stuff. You know what I mean? Like
when he's at the park.
Yeah,
there you go.
Exactly. So you know what I'm talking about. And it was just like, all right. At one point, it kind of got the other team back in the game because of it. And I'm just like, yo, stop. And then he kept going. They got the double tech or whatever. And then he gets ejected. I'm just like, listen, as the leader of the team,
you got to be better.
This ain't good. This ain't helping. Like, you got to see this.
No.
The other night during the media questioning or whatever, he's sitting there on his phone. They're like, yo, Julius, you ready? He's like, oh, yeah. I'm just ordering my food. How long does it take to order any food?
He was ordering his food for that entire
interview. Come on, man. Come on. You're the leader of the team? Like,
man. I don't know what to say sometimes when it comes to Julius, because on one hand, we're being too hard. On the other hand, we're being too soft with him. You know what I mean? It's like other people are like, yo, there's no way I'm taking this bullshit from Julius. And then, you know what I mean? But it's like, at the same time, what the hell at this point, what are we going to do? Like, what are we going to say to Julius is going to make him change? Nothing. Like,
I don't think there is.
He is who he is. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what the hell he's going to do to reestablish the love that we had for him last year. I don't think he cares about it anymore. And I think that's the main thing. I don't think he cares about being enamored by the fan base anymore. He's out there to play, to do his job. He's just out there to do his job. And once you turn that part off and you're out there to just do your job and it's not about the fan base, you start to somehow alienate yourself from your teammates, because your teammates don't have that same mindset.
Yeah.
Your teammates don't not care about the fans and what the fans think. They do. They actually do. All right, especially RJ, Grimes, Quickly, Obi, all of the young guys, because they're at the age now where they want the fans' approval.
Yeah.
So they care. They care. Yeah, they need it. So you can't be out there just nonchalantly not caring about the fans, jogging back on defense sometimes, or not playing the kind of defense that you should play hard, even if you got to foul the guy. Like, I would rather you foul him than to let him just go up for a layup next to you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, because it's like you just can't let that energy stay around. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you're feeling down off of a play, like, you got to snap yourself out of it. But 18 points, 7-18 shooting. I still feel as though he wasn't as aggressive in getting his shots in the first half, at least. But I don't know. I'm letting
his shooting. He's in his head still. You could tell he hesitates a lot before a shot.
Yeah.
Except for when he's in the paint. When he's in the paint, he goes aggressively. He puts it up there. But his shooting, he knows he's struggling. I don't know what he's doing about it, but you could tell that he's still in his head. And it's very similar to how Ben Simmons is like doesn't want to shoot because he knows that he's not a great shooter, and anytime he comes to shoot, he's overthinking it, and then that's what it looks like. Where last season he was just, and I'm not saying that he shoots like Ben Simmons in any stretch of the imagination. I'm just saying as far as it being in his head. So I mean, I don't know what to say about Julius Randle. I would hope that sooner rather than later he would get over himself. And I'm not saying that to be disrespectful to him or anything like that, because being in the NBA there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
But he needs to get over himself and realize that he's not helping his own case.
He needs to prove himself to me. I mean, who am I, right? Just a fan. But you got to prove that you're going to actually be better than what you've been. And that's really it. I'm not saying too much negative about him. I just if you're gonna get back to who you are, let me see it. That's it. I don't believe it's going to happen because it hasn't happened yet. That's just where I am with it. I'm not sure if he can actually turn everything around the way it needs to be turned around. Everything needs to be turned around. He can't just turn it around one aspect. He has to as well as being a better player is just one thing. Being a better teammate, picking up your teammates, stuff like that. Body language, celebrating with your teammates when I mean, there's a clip that I saw is somebody hitting a big shot and the whole bench going crazy, and he's just like looking up at the scoreboard or whatever. It's just all of those things have to change.
Yeah,
because all of those things were there last year. So just prove it. That's it. And who am I? Don't prove it to me. Prove it to yourself. Prove it to the contract. Yeah, your team, the guys that go in there and they actually want to win these games.
Yeah, they out there sweating with you, man. Come on.
Yeah, and it's just bothersome. And people are saying he's look at his numbers, look at his. I'm watching Julius, and I've watched Julius right now at this point for 3 years. Every game, haven't missed one. Probably missed 2 or 3 in the past 3 years. Past 3 years, I probably missed. Yeah, but not one. But I missed 2 or 3. Didn't miss one. But I can tell that there's a difference. You know what I mean? How you're hunting the shot. Last year, he was stepping, like you said, he was stepping right into the 3. Like it wasn't even a thought. A lot of those times last year, I was like, ugh. But it was a shot. He made it.
Yeah.
This year, he's literally not even looking for him. He takes them sporadically. It's not a consistent thing. Like if you're not going to consistently take that shot, I don't know how I'm going to run or move around you or should I come set a pick? Like, I don't know what you're going to do, because if you're not going to consistently take the shot that I've grown accustomed to you taking, now I have to adjust my game so that I'm not in your way. Or you're not trying to throw a pass to me while I'm thinking you're in the middle of taking a shot, because that's what you've always done.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like all of these things have to change. It's not Julius is a bad guy, but when you mentally aren't in the same place as you were the year before, it shows, and it shows bad. And I hope he figures it out, because at the end of the day, I don't think he's going to get traded. Hopefully, and I mean, more than half of the fan base at this point, they hope that I'm wrong about that. But I don't know. Hopefully I'm wrong. I haven't been excited watching him play. So, I mean, whatever. RJ Barrett. It wasn't pretty, but 23 points. He snuck his way in there. I don't know how the hell he had 23 points, because it didn't look like he had 23. Yeah, but he had free throws. He had 8 for 11, which is something that let's stop there for a second. He has been getting to the free throw line almost at will at this point. If you're starting to notice, every game it's like play after play after play, he's at the free throw line, which is why we're noticing how much he misses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But 72% on 11 attempts, it's not terrible for RJ.
It's better.
It's I mean, him making 8 free throws in a game is just miraculous. If you can give us 8 free throws per game, look at there's going to be games where he makes 12 shots, or there's going to be games where he makes 4 threes instead of 1. where, you know, it changes the outlook of the game, the way the team plays, the rhythm. But he has to continue to get to the line and make them. Like I said, I don't want to see no offers when you go to the line. No 0 for 2s. No, that can't happen anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like you or Julius, y'all better make one. Walk away from the free throw line with one, please. So as long as you can continue getting there at the rate that you've been getting there at, I'm cool with that.
Good shit. Good.
Yeah. So 23 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. He was really aggressive. I mean, at one point in the game, it was really him and Evan that you could really count on. And 38 minutes. What'd you see in RJ? What'd you see?
I like the guy. I do.
Yeah.
What I don't like is you really never know who's going to show up.
Right.
And even when he's not really there, he's there. So I think that's why I like him. I think he's professional. I think he turns on when the game is going, and he does what he's supposed to do. He's talking now, man. Wish I could hear what he's saying. All right, I'll watch it later.
Oh, yeah, I'll watch it later. Yeah, okay.
But I need for him to be the number 2 on the team, which I think that's where he falls, just because of, you know, politics or whatever.
Yeah.
I think he's doing well. 23 points tonight as a number 2. What can I ask for? Maybe make all your free throws, but you know it's not gonna happen. So I mean, I think he's exactly where he should be right now. What did Ja score tonight?
Ja didn't go crazy. I think Ja only had like 21 and he had like 9 assists. Let me see. Let's scroll up right now.
23
Ja
he had 23 points also. So
23,
like
23 points. But he took 27 shots.
Yeah. He wasn't having a great game. That's what I'm saying. That was the mission tonight for them. And I think they knew that they needed to hold him to as minimal shots as possible. And I think they did that. But because they had so many other shooters on the team, you know, the bleeding just kept.
That is amazing. RJ had 23 on 17 shots, and it didn't look good. It didn't look good at all. I mean, I wouldn't say at all. There was a certain part where it kind of looked good, but it didn't look good.
Because of how he gets his shots.
Right. But you know what I mean? So, but Ja also gets to the free throw line, but he got there 8 times. So it's not too big of a difference from RJ, but he also missed 3.
Yeah.
But 0 for 6 from the 3-point line, 9 for 27.
And we needed him to have that type of game.
I mean, and outside of threes, I mean, and that means inside of the arc, he was 9 for 21. I mean, wow.
Yeah. 9 for.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's crazy to me. I mean, but my point was it looked completely different. Ja looked like he had like a wild game.
He likes those circus shots, and Mitch, he wasn't having it today.
Mitch was sending those things all over the place. Yeah, let's get to Mitch. Guys, how you feel about Mitch?
I like the new Mitch.
Love him.
I think he's growing into his game.
Yeah,
he's not where he needs to be, but like the fact that he's looking to put the ball in the hoop is exactly what we needed him to do. He doesn't have the post move yet. However,
year four
finds his way in there. Yeah, he finds his way in there. What's his? 7 for 8.
That's the thing about Mitch. Mitch, coming into the season, I was not convinced that Mitchell Robinson could be this guy. This guy. And this guy isn't like otherworldly. You know what I mean? Like that's the other thing. But this guy is good. You know what I mean? This guy right here is good. They credited him with 8 blocks tonight. I thought it was 7.
One
my
of them
man
he
had
just
8.
grabbed out of the shooter's hand. I think it was
Yeah,
Dame. So he just grabbed it out of his hand.
snatch block. Just give me that. Give me that. 14 points, 8 blocks, 11 rebounds. My man was 2 blocks away from a triple double. Do you know how crazy that is? To get a triple double off of a defensive stat is ridiculous.
Yeah, he's coming for
ridiculous.
that Kurt Thomas record right now.
Listen. What is Kurt Thomas? He's 4th.
Yeah, Kurt Thomas is 4th.
Because I know that was the trivia question tonight, and I didn't get to actually see.
I didn't see the number it was, but I know he just passed Marcus Camby. Kurt Thomas is next, and then let's I'm gonna look that up. What did you see from Mitch?
Mitch, all right. So this is the thing about Mitch, and I tweeted out during the game. I love this version of Mitch, man, because it doesn't look like Mitch used to look like he was scared to go up and miss, or he was scared to go up and not dunk. That's what I used to feel about Mitch.
Yeah.
Mitch used to get the ball, and it felt like he was scared to go up because he didn't have a dunk, and that's what we hated. He was like, yo, bro, if it's not a dunk, he's not going up. And this is exactly what we've been asking for. I don't care if it's not a post move every single time, but go up, draw the foul, because he's getting to the foul line a lot more recently. I mean, tonight he only got there once, but that's besides the point. What I'm saying is he's getting the contact because more often than not, he's in there and he's going right up. I think what the extra weight did was give him confidence because he lost the extra weight. I mean, he's kind of slimmed down. He's not slim anymore, but he got his little, I would say like he's more of a DeAndre Jordan kind of build now. You know what I mean? He's not skinny like Nerlens the way he used to be. But he seems a lot more confident in his ability. He's looking at the basket. This is all we've asked him to do.
Exactly.
He's looking at the basket. He's not grabbing the ball, looking to pass it out. He's grabbing it. I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna get this and one. And he's getting a hell of a lot of and ones.
He's not too bad from the free throw line either.
He can be better, but for a center, he's not bad. I think he's like probably a high 50s, low 60 center. I think he's probably more high 50 because all I hear every single time he goes to the free throw line is Breen talking about his arch, the arc that he doesn't have in the shot. But or arc, however you say it, that word. But yeah, man, I love what I'm seeing from Mitch. I'm still trying to stall.
I got it.
Go ahead. What you got?
All right. So Marcus Camby had 390.
Okay.
Kurt Thomas has 479.
479. Okay, so he was about 90. However, it doesn't matter.
Patrick Ewing, who's number 1, has 2758.
Okay, wait. Where's Kurt?
Kurt is 479 in 8 seasons. That's what I'm saying. He's coming for that title. Marcus Camby is 390. He just passed that. And he got 8 tonight.
No. First of all, he's never catching Pat Ewing's record. Let's just put that out there. He's never catching Pat's record.
27. Yeah, that's nuts.
That's outrageous.
And
Pat's got that locked up.
It's not even.
Pat's got that locked up, like by a long shot. It's gonna be a long time. Like we're gonna have to be way past the Mitchell Robinson era before we see someone who even challenges 2,700 blocks.
Who would have thought?
I mean, the greatest Knick ever. What can you say? I mean, some people say Clyde, but I mean, I think Clyde is more the face of the franchise. I think Pat is the best Knick ever. That's just my personal opinion. But I don't know. I don't think 2,700 unless Mitch plays here for the rest of his career.
Right, which he would have to.
He would have to.
That's the only reason why Pat got those. Because he was a Knick. And I don't know if Mitch has the longevity to be in the league.
I mean, let's think about it. If Mitch didn't miss as many games as he did last year, what would he be at? I think he would have passed Kurt by now.
Yeah, he probably would have.
Yeah. So, I mean, those things
after that, second and third, it's one block away from each other. It's 542 and 543. So,
I think he can get to second if he resigns. If he resigns with this team, he's gonna be the second by the end of next year. By the end of next season, I will say
he's been in New York, what, 3 years?
4 years.
4 years? All right. So
by the end of next season,
3, he could definitely, if he gets another 3 and doubles what he has done, he could be number 2 spot easy.
Yeah. I think within the next 2 years, if you give him 2 whole seasons, I think he can be the second leading player in blocks for the Knicks franchise.
I agree.
Rapid fire through the rest of these guys because there's not much else to talk about. We talked about Evan Fournier. Well, did we? We kind of did.
No, not really, but he had a lights out game. They really set him up for 3. The defense on him wasn't that great, so he had a lot of open looks. He fought through some of the defense. He had good screens by Randall. And he had a couple of floaters actually that got him, in the game. So it wasn't all threes. How many threes he had? 11.
He had 8.
8 threes out of 12, and then 11 from
the field. He made 3 other shots. One of them was a floater. And I think the other 2 were a layup and 2 layups.
Yeah. So I mean, 30 points. Like I told you, 18, 20. That's what you're really looking for from him. 30. It's beautiful. I mean, like he's good.
I mean, every time he hits 30, I feel like he saw green somewhere in the crowd. Like somebody had a Celtics jersey on out there. But 30 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 8 for 12 from the 3-point line. He was just hot. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Evan gets hot like that. At a certain point of the game, I was going back with Evan. I can't stand this guy. It's a good shot. I mean, I've come to a team that I'm just gonna have to deal with. I've come to terms with it, and I only have the patience for one of those guys on my team. Only one. So like the Randall shit, I don't have the patience for it. I just don't have the patience for it because it's frustrating.
I'm running real low on patience for that too.
Running real low. Yeah, I'm running real low. But Evan, I'll deal with you now. You know what I mean? Like you got to have one of those guys in your team. You got to have one of those guys. I don't know what it means long term. Are they going to keep him as a starter? Is my thing. Not this season, but long term, past this season.
No.
If you do move on from Kemba, and obviously RJ's still there, does Evan in the starting lineup, is that a real thing still? It shouldn't be, in my opinion.
Especially with the rumor talks that I'm hearing. I don't see it.
Yeah. I mean that's if he sticks, right? Man, so there really has to what is hold on.
Mm-hmm.
In 58 minutes, it'll be February 3rd. And Julius Randle will be tradable at that moment. In 58 minutes, Julius Randle.
I heard he's not tradable until the 6th.
I think it's the 3rd. The 3rd is the day he's eligible to be traded, and then the 10th is the day that the deadline ends. I think they literally give you a week between that time. I think they're supposed to, in a way, give you a week between that time and when the trade deadline ends to give you enough time.
I don't think he's going anywhere, though. I don't think they're going to trade him.
That's my sentiments as well. I don't think he's really going anywhere. That's just my personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason why I feel like there's an inkling that he would go anywhere is because of what I've heard. But it just doesn't make sense for you to trade that guy at this point.
Unless you get
especially
somebody who,
unless the trade blows you away.
yeah,
Trading Julius Randle right now makes you look desperate. It makes you look like a franchise that just doesn't know what you're doing. You trade a guy as soon as you get frustrated with him. Like
that's why I don't want him to be traded.
Yeah,
And I
right.
know that's not the popular opinion, but I just feel like
Mhm.
we give up on people too quickly. But you know what? A lot of the fan base that want him traded, they've been saying trade him since he came here. So
Yeah,
like,
true.
I'm not talking to those fans. I'm talking to the fans that were like, yeah, Julius Randle, All-Star, yeah, last season. And now
Yeah,
they're
now
like,
like
yo, we
trade him.
need to trade him. Those are the guys that I'm talking to.
Yeah, you gotta. I really don't know what to do, but I don't see a world where he's actually traded especially for equal value. They're not gonna
Yeah.
give him. They're just not gonna give him up to anyone. Number one. Number two, no one's gonna want to give up equal value for Julius Randle right now.
Mm-hmm.
Especially what the Julius Randle was last year, because if he's not proving that this year, then why would you give that up
Yeah,
for him?
exactly.
So, but anyway, besides the point, Kemba Walker and Alec Burks, both 0 for 3, 0 for 4. Burks gave me 4 points from the foul line. He was negative 17. After a night of him coming back from the dead, he
Yeah, right.
went back to sleep.
I don't know, man.
And I think the first time Kemba had 0. I think it was the second time his entire career where he had a 0-point game. And this is his third 0-point game, and it's back-to-back games with 0 points.
Not good. But we already knew that. So who's next? Obi.
Right.
Obi had the one dunk off the alley-oop. And that was it. And I thought he was gonna come out playing. I really thought the young guys was really gonna battle against this team. I thought that was the move to make.
Right. Yeah.
And he kind of let me down tonight, to be perfectly honest. I really thought he was gonna show up.
Who, Obi?
Yeah, I really did. I thought he was gonna have at least double-digit figures tonight.
Well, I mean, he only played 11 minutes. In a game with Julius Randle's playing damn near 40 minutes, you're not going to see a lot of Obi.
Right,
That's
but
just how
because
it goes.
he wasn't playing. Like if he was playing, he would have got more time. He would have got time like he got the previous game, and he would have been able to make more of it. But no, like just he wasn't there. He wasn't making a mark. And,
Well,
he let me down.
like I said, last game, he got a chance to go in there and go crazy because the Kings weren't good and we were up. Like we had a sizable lead, so they didn't have to play Julius at all in the fourth.
Yeah.
So Obi got a lot of that time, and truthfully, he ended up with 14 points on like what 6 shots or something.
He had an effective game though. Like I thought he made good choices.
But what I'm saying is he had the time. He literally played like 20 more minutes in that game. But it wasn't because he was playing well. It was because the team was getting blown out.
I guess so.
You know what I mean? Like
I guess so.
They were winning against a team that was just a bunch of young guys. So it was like you got to throw them in there. Tonight, I knew once I saw this was going to be a tight game. I said, "Oh, he's not going to play a lot. We're not going to see McBride, and we're not going to see Cam Reddish."
And even though I knew that McBride wasn't going to play, I was still hoping that they would put him in.
Yeah.
Especially when I saw Emmanuel quickly just throwing the ball away, like play after play. I'm like, really? You just going to stick to this, huh? He hasn't been playing good all season. And it's just like when you see McBride score damn near 40 points in the Westchester Knicks, it's just like, come on, man. You got to at least give him a shot. Let IG sit one game.
And this is why
I feel sit one game IG Instagram.
But this is why I feel like Grimes at a certain point will supplant quickly. Because just what he does tonight, I mean, there's 11-minute difference, but clearly quickly played most of his minutes at the point guard position with the starting unit in the fourth quarter because just Kemba wasn't giving us anything
at all, literally
at all. So if Kemba was having an inkling of a decent game, I see there's no way. I mean, quickly is playing 26 minutes. He's probably capping out around 17 minutes. And
and I'm mad at you.
What would I do?
Because you told me that you felt IQ felt a way about Grimes. And I said, damn, now I'm going to be looking for it. And tonight I saw him chuck him on an open 3-point shot when you know Grimes be killing them 3-point shots.
See?
And I'm just like, damn. Now I see it.
And I wanted to be wrong. I really wanted to be wrong about that. I really wanted to be wrong about it because that's just not what I want. And I don't want to be the guy. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the guy looking for negativity all the time because it's not right. But I've played ball all my life, and I know what on-court body language looks like when I see one. You know what I mean? When I see you dropping your shoulders, when I see you not looking, when you gonna throw that. If Obi was standing there, you'd do it to Obi, and Obi can't hit a damn shot. Mm-hmm. But when Grimes is standing out there, you're not gonna throw it.
Yeah. And I saw it, and I'm like, dang, he's right.
Oh man, I don't know. Shout out to the chat. My bad. I haven't shouted you guys out. What's going on, RBL? What's going on? I mean, that's it. I keep calling them RBL. Come on, man. Raul, my guy. What's going on, man? Izzy, what's going on, man? How you doing? Mitch was definitely the man tonight. He was on. He was on something. Yeah. I just wish everybody was on his energy. That was wild. But yeah, man, it's beginning to get hard. Pause. It's getting difficult for me to ignore when Quickly does it. And I think he feels it. And I don't think he dislikes Grimes. It's a natural thing. You're trying to outplay the guy who is battling for minutes with you. Mm. It's just that simple. Yeah. You're gonna try to outplay the guy who's battling for minutes with you.
But wouldn't the smart thing be to play well with him so that you get on the floor with him?
Not when at the end of the day you guys are both battling for the same position. Because, like I said, if Kemba's still here and Derrick Rose is still here, Emmanuel Quickly is now your third point guard. If you're going to label him as a point guard,
he labels himself as a point guard,
right? So. But you don't want to label him as a point guard in that situation. You would rather label him as a two because then he can come off the bench next to Rose, and it's Rose, Quickly, Burks, Obi, Nerlens, and that's how it's supposed to look. But Grimes is playing the best backup two that we have on this team right now, and I'm not sure if Quickly can play a better backup two than Grimes.
No, not at this moment.
You know, and I think when you're an NBA player, you see these things. He knows the deal. He sees the writing on the wall. That's why he wants to be a point guard. That's why he's pigeonholed his mindset into being a point guard, especially when you see this guy Grimes in practice. It's like, he's the starting two. He's the future of the two guard position on this team. I mean, unless Cam Reddish goes crazy and then you got to run him and RJ next to each other, which is what we hope happens. Yeah, Grimes is your starting two. So I don't know. I really don't know how that's gonna wind up. It might wind up that Quickly as part of a trade package. You know what I mean? It just may happen that way. Because they're not getting rid of Grimes. Grimes is not gonna be traded.
Yeah, the coach came out and said he likes it. Even Randall in his misery said that, he gives him praise.
Yeah. So. It's not. I guarantee you that Grimes is not going anywhere, and neither is Deuce. Neither is Deuce. As much time as Deuce doesn't play for us, I guarantee you Deuce isn't going anywhere because there's no reason why you would continuously all season long leave him on the bench, but then you're going to send him down there while he can get damn near a triple-double every game and then bring him back. Come on, you have some kind of fit. You wasn't sending Knox down there to go play. You know what I mean? or any of your young guys, besides for McBride and Sims, you're not sending anybody down there. Like you clearly invested in those two guys. So hopefully something shakes with this lineup because we're gonna have to create some space. Let's see. Before we get out of here, because it's getting late and I'm feeling too many yawns that I can't control. That's pretty much it. What do you have to? We don't have anything else to talk about.
Anybody else, right? Marlins, he got his steals that he normally does. He has really good sleight of hand on defense. It's just on offense.
There was an alley someone threw to him, and of course he missed
it. Went right through his hands.
Right through his hands.
Right through his hands.
Then there was another tip-in on the other sid of the basket where he just couldn't. Though. He couldn't. Yeah, it was Obi, but if he could grab the ball as a center, it wouldn't happen. Grab the freaking ball, dude. You have no hands. It's annoying watching him. It's like pogo sticks for hands, man. Like he has like peg hands. It's kind of weird. Like it
is weird because on defense he's very good with the sleight of hand. He gets a steal every single game
because it has nothing to do with grabbing the ball. He can. You realize everything he does well involves poking. Like he can poke the ball. He pokes the ball away. Like he can't grab the ball. Like there's no clasping, bringing things together in one spot. Like he's literally the guy from Family Guy.
Peg Leg Pete or something like that.
Peg Leg Pete, I think. Oh my god! Yo, this guy, I swear, man. Every time I see him, and it starts to get funny when I watch it, and I'm like, this shouldn't be funny, but
it is what it is.
It's really I can't, bro. I really can't watch him sometimes.
Ready, that's what we're gonna have. So
this is what we're gonna have. I mean, at least until next year. Ronald says you need to get out of retirement. No, brother, my knees are not with it. My knees is gone. Yeah, my knee screamed at me earlier today just because I thought about playing ball. It was like he was like, "What's wrong with you?" I was like, "My bad." But yeah, man, I completely understand why Derrick Rose takes so much time to come back from every injury at this age. So, hopefully, when he comes back post All-Star game, because that's what he said in his interview, which is just ridiculous. I didn't even know the man was getting surgery. All of a sudden, he got surgery.
Yeah.
Needless to say, if he didn't get surgery and he wasn't injured, the makeup of this team would be completely different right now. I think they would have already traded Kemba Walker. I think the only reason why they kept Kemba on this team was because of the lack of depth at that position because Rose got hurt. I don't really see what he's bringing you, how he's helping you right now. Hopefully, we're not still talking about these same guys by the end of by next Thursday? Next Thursday the 10th.
I'm really anxious to see what the moves are gonna be because like I really don't know what the Knicks organization is doing, but they've been making some good moves. So I'm really curious. Like some of the names they're talking about in trade rumors, it's exciting. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you're starting to hear names like Burks Fournier and I think another name I forgot is just will be traded and it's clearly to create room for guys like Cam, guys like Deuce to get minutes, Grimes to get more consistent minutes, and hopefully you see something. Hopefully by next week this time, or hopefully by next week this time, we're talking about something like that. I don't want to be the team that makes a deal on like the day of the deadline. You know what I'm saying? Raul says you being a Knicks fan messes if he needs carrying him all those years. I think that makes a lot of sense because there's no way I should have had as many knee injuries as I've had, not being a high flyer. Like, what the hell was going on here? Like, it's not like I was dunking on. I mean, I could dunk, but I wasn't a dunker. Like, that was not something you ever thought about when you thought about me. But
it's the family knees, man.
It's the family knees. Come on, the family knows. He knows how it is.
True, man.
The Knicks are trading.
Both my parents, my brother, like it's just your sister,
my sister, me, my mom. I mean, all of us have had knee surgeries.
Yeah.
I mean, I've literally broke my kneecap before. Outside of that, I've literally had surgery on both knees. Yeah, I think it's hereditary, and I just hope that my kids don't got to deal with what I got to deal with, because hopefully they.
Oh no, they getting it. They getting that's blood, bro.
Yeah, man.
Sorry.
There's gonna be a lot of ice in this house. You know what I'm saying? A lot of ice. Says the Knicks are trading for Tom Brady as the new point guard. It makes sense. He had to retire.
Why not?
You know what I mean? To switch careers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And big facts what he was about. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. I was decent. I was someone who was more known locally. I wasn't like, yo, you heard of that dude? Nah.
No.
I wasn't that guy.
You were good from young though. Like even before you got your height, you was good.
Yeah, that's because I played a lot. I was in the backyard all day. My mom didn't really let me go anywhere. When she was like, listen, until I get home from work,
practice.
You sitting, and I was in the backyard just playing ball all day. But that's how I ended up here on this show, because of the love of the game. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Hopefully we can get a win. Who do we play next? That's
Lakers, and I said it on Twitter.
Saturday.
We're gonna get the dub on them. I mean, I just believe that, and like I said on Twitter, I'm open for arguments. But
I mean, especially if LeBron doesn't play.
Especially,
like, what are we really scared of? Westbrook?
I was watching the game. They're awful.
There's no ball movement. That's the kind of team that we take advantage of. The team that has like interior frustrations, like within the team. They're always like frustrated with silly turnovers or fouls and stuff like that. Yeah, that's just not the team you should be losing to, especially when you're trying to get yourself back to where you need to be. Oh my God. 4 arrested in connection with overdose death of actor Michael K. Williams. Really? I didn't.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Didn't expect to hear that. All right. Well, RIP to the legend. On that note, let's get out of here, man. I don't really have much else good or bad to say. Knicks lose to the Grizzlies 120-108. Nice game by Fournier. Barrett showed up pretty late. Julius got ejected late. And let's see how we look on Saturday versus the Lakers. Hopefully we get a good Julius, because he typically likes to play well against them because they didn't bring him back. And then they got LeBron, as if the other 29 teams in the league wouldn't have done the same thing. But yeah, hopefully we get a good focused Julius that game. And we can get us a dub. Any last words from you, Cuzzo?
Just follow us at Guard Up Knicks on Twitter. I'm at GUK Rick at Twitter. Hit us up. Like, share, follow, all that,
Thank you for that, because I'm terrible with promoting myself and our brand here. I don't ever say those things. So I really appreciate you. Yeah. Listen, like, subscribe, follow us on at Guard Up Knicks on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. I'm gonna be next to Facebook today. Okay. I got 15 days left. 15 days.
Until the next. Well, let me stop. All right. But yeah. Yeah,
you know what I told myself? I told myself that I wasn't even gonna post on my regular page anymore, because it's that detrimental to what I do. to what I get on my Garden Knicks. It's kind of crazy. But anyway, like, share, subscribe. We're always gonna be here for you guys, man. You guys want to come in the show and give us an insight on something? Let us know. GardenKnicks@gmail.com if you want to send us any questions, any ideas or anything you want to talk. You can DM us. Like you said, GUK Rick. Let's get those things going at the bottom of the screen here like a professional. Follow us on all platforms. Garden Knicks, Apollo Reed, Andre Jalil, GUK Rick. Shout out to Andre Jalil, by the way. As we already talked about, he is working nights, so he won't be here. So he probably will be here on Saturday night.
Yep.
You know, so that'll be good. That'll be good. Hey, listen, man, you ain't gotta wait, bro. You ain't gotta wait. Just come on over. Just come on over. Let me know when you want to talk. That's it. That's it. But yeah, man. But you know where to find me, Raw. You know how to hit me, man. You know where to get in contact with me. But that's all I got, man. You guys have a good night, and until next time, peace out, man.